Since we looked at what do you mean by directly and indirectly revealed preference relation, we can now understand warp and Sarp. So we'll start with warp. Now warp says that if, now what does warp say? How do we formulate warp? Warp says that if X is directly revealed preferred to Y, so DRP means that if X is directly revealed preferred to Y, then Y is not directly revealed preferred to X. And if we recall, we looked at what do we mean that X is directly revealed preferred to Y. This means that X is chosen when Y is available, right? It means Y is in your budget set, it's affordable. Because remember, you can only talk about directly revealed preference relation when both bundles and your budget set simultaneously. Sorry, X is chosen, my bad, X is chosen when Y is available. And what does it mean Y is not directly revealed preferred to X? So Y is not chosen when X is available, right? So basically what warp is saying is that if X is chosen when Y is available, then Y is not chosen when X is available. So this is what warp says, right? That if you are choosing X when Y is available, then it cannot be the case that you ever choose Y whenever X is available, right? So your preferences have to be consistent. If you're showing a preference of X over Y, then you need to keep that those preferences need to be consistent. Right, and remember you only talk about directly revealed preference relation when both bundles are available in your budget set simultaneously, right? Okay, so now let's talk about Sarp. Sarp says that if X is directly revealed preferred or indirectly revealed preferred to Y, right? IRP means indirectly revealed preferred to Y, then Y is not directly revealed preferred or indirectly revealed preferred to X, right? So Warp says if X is directly revealed preferred to Y, then Y cannot be directly revealed preferred to X. But Sarp says that regardless of even if X turns out to be indirectly revealed preferred to Y, then Y cannot be directly revealed or indirectly revealed preferred to X. Now let's look at the relationship between Warp and Sarp. Now, the two things that we need to note over here. Number one, we can see that Sarp is a stronger condition. Sarp is a stronger condition, so this is key. So if Sarp holds, then warp holds. So this is important. If Sarp holds, then warp holds because Sarp is a stronger condition, right? Because if Sarp holds, then this means that if X is directly revealed preferred to Y, it cannot be the case that Y is not directly revealed preferred to X, and this is what exactly what warp says. And this is the first key. But once you find out that Sarp holds, then you don't need to check whether warp holds or not because warp has to hold. Now the next thing that you want to note is that since a statement and it's contrapositive. Let's just look at what do we mean by this. Since a statement and its contrapositive are logically equivalent, let's just try to understand what this means. Are logically equivalent. So if warp does not hold, let's understand this. What does this mean? So if warp does not hold, then Sarp does not hold. So this is important. This is the second relationship between them. If warp does not hold, then Sarp does not hold. This actually follows from the first relationship. So this is just, why does it follow from the first relationship? Right, so this is just the logic why this follows from the first condition. This is because this is just understanding it, although what you should keep in mind is the condition. Statement is like if you have a statement, if X, then Y. In general, the contrapositive of a statement, of a conditional statement like the above is known as, so if you have a conditional statement if X then Y, then its contrapositive is if not Y, then not X, right? And A statement and its contrapositive are logically equivalent. They have the same truth value. The statement is true, then the contrapositive is true. In our case, the statement is the first statement that we wrote, if Sarp holds, then verb holds. So its contrapositive would be, if verb does not hold, then Sarp does not hold. And a statement and its contrapositive are logically equivalent. So since we know this is true, this we have this condition that if Sarp holds and warp holds, so its contrapositive is also true, which gives us another way to see the relationship between warp and Sarp, which is that if warp does not hold, then Sarp does not hold. So if you found out that warp does not hold, you don't need to check whether Sarp holds or not, because Sarp will not hold. So key thing to remember is we can look at the relationship between warp and Sarp in two ways. Number one, if Sarp holds, then we know for sure warp holds, so we don't need to check whether warp holds or not if Sarp holds. Second is that if warp does not hold, then Sarp does not hold. So this actually follows from the first we looked at the logic behind why. So if you know that warp does not hold, then you don't need to check whether Sarp holds or not, because Sarp will not hold. So these are two important ways of looking at the relationship between warp and Sarp.